All right, so welcome back to
White House Farm.
All right, I'm here with my friend Bill again. Still working on his vehicle. We're
Yep.
doing a lot of stuff to this, so make sure to check out all the videos. We got a ton of them on his vehicle.
Yeah.
They may not be out soon, but they will be out as fast as I can edit them. There's just so much stuff with the rust, and it takes a while. But today we're going to go ahead and show you some Mazda 3 or any type of Mazda and vehicle, pretty much just maintenance and what you should be looking for and stuff to check. So let's go ahead and dive into this, and we'll show you a couple things right offhand. Especially here in the Rust Belt and cold weather and all that, batteries are very important. And as you can see, his battery's starting to corrode here, but wait till you see the other one. Ready? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take these cables off, and we're going to clean everything up here. Alright, so your drains, you want to make sure you get all the junk out of there, leaves, all that stuff, because otherwise you have water collecting and then you start to get rust. It also clogs up your vents up here and everything. As you can see, you just want to make sure that stuff's clear. Simple stuff like that. And then we're going to go ahead and check his radiator. We're going to go ahead. Here's your windshield washer fluid. Your master brake cylinder. We're just going to go through everything, just do some checks. And the big thing is he's having trouble seeing at night. Go ahead and turn your lights on right now, Bill. Now these lenses, you can see how there's that film forming there, and that actually blocks the light from getting through and being nice and bright. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use some of the plastics, and we're gonna get that on there, and we got our Dewalt buffer. We're gonna buff this out, make it nice and clear again and nice and shiny. That way the light comes through and you can see nice while going down the highway. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's start with the battery. Loosen up that nut there. I believe that's a 10 mil. Yep. Perfect. All right. And that should be good. You should be able to wobble that off of there. All right. Yep. Go ahead and pull that right off. There we go. We'll set that back to the side, and same thing. Actually, let's get some of our battery cleaner. And this is what it is right here. And we're just going to spray that on there. Eat that battery acid right away. Look, you can start to see everything now. I'm going to spray this one too. And we'll wipe that off, and then go ahead and take that nut off. Alright, that should be good enough. Go ahead and get in there and loosen that up. Yep. There we go. A lot of times you hold this and spin it. There we go. And that should be loose enough. Yep. And now we can go ahead and take a flathead and just pop that up. Yep. Gives it a little space in there. And then there we go. Pop that right off. Now we can clean around the whole battery here. Take this and start cleaning around it.
Thanks.
Getting that stuff off. That was all caked on there. And once we're done busting all this stuff off there, we'll go ahead and hit it again with the battery cleaner. But we're also going to hit it with this with the drill, the metal points. Scrub that whole thing out really good. Look at all that junk everywhere. And then you can use the drill as well once you get enough in the hard spots. You can see how I got it right in there. Clean that right out. That's where it makes contact. You want good contact. Use a pick to get in those hard to reach spots. Get that out of there. We're going to hit this again with the battery cleaner. Wipe it off. and then we'll throw them back on, and we're gonna hit it with some battery terminal protector, which is like a red spray that coats it, which prevents all the corrosion that you saw on there. All right, so we got them all cleaned up and got them sprayed down with some more cleaner. We let it sit for a little bit. Now we're gonna wipe it off, and then we're gonna go ahead and reconnect everything here. Look at how nice and shiny that is now. Look, it's copper again.
Yeah.
It's not corrosion.
It's not blue anymore.
Yeah, blue and white and
Blue pre-workout or something.
the blue could have been a spray that they had on there too.
Yeah.
But, all right, so we'll go ahead and reconnect the positive here, and we'll tighten that down. And throw that right on. Yep. Make sure that's seated all the way down flush, and right here.
Nice.
Go ahead and tighten that up on there. Yep, just hold that. There you go. You're learning.
Yeah.
Yep, that seems to be good. And then do the wiggle test here, and that's on there nice and good. All right, so same thing with the back one there. Yep, you can close that now. Actually, leave that open. We're gonna spray it.
Okay.
And we put that back one on. Make sure that's all the way down. Yep, make sure. Yep. Make sure it's flush with that. There we go. Yep, now go ahead and tighten that up. All right, now give it the wiggle test. That's good. Give it the wiggle test. Right on the, yep.
Yep, good.
All right, now grab the terminal protectant. Shake it up good. And same thing, coat the whole thing here and the whole thing over here.
Okay.
See, and that's the red. It's gonna protect it. Load it up, just spray it. Don't be shy with it. Don't be stingy with it. This is only gonna help it. There you go. That's good. Now get the other one there. You can close this. Get the whole thing. Yeah, and spray all the way back to here. Your connector. Yeah, there you go. Because that's copper too.
All right.
All right. So battery is done. All right. Let's go ahead and check the radiator here. So maybe a little tricky to see, but there's the full and there's the low. And he is at the low. So let's top this off. We'll take this out of here. And he's just using 50/50 pre-diluted Prestone. There's all types of different brands out there. There's animal safe ones too, depending on what you want to use. Yeah, and you can see it filling up.
Just take one.
Yeah, keep going. And we're good right there. So we're at the full mark now. That's where you should be. Like I said, this is just simple maintenance stuff. Go ahead and put your hose back in. And this snaps on just like that. Alright, windshield washer fluid. Very important, especially winters here. And these, you can fill all the way up to the top here. Alright. Go ahead and fill that sucker right up. All the way to the top. Don't be shy with it. This isn't going to hurt anything if it spills out. All right. Yep. All right. So we're all set there. Next, check your brake fluid. And we're actually... There you go. There's a good view. We're up just right a little bit under the max. So we can put a tiny bit in there, but this is pretty good right here. But if you are low, you can see the minimum down there at the bottom. you definitely want to add if you're down there. But we're pretty much up towards the top here, just right below the line where it says max. So that's all set. Next, just do a quick vacuum out of all the junk all through here. All right, so this actually just pops right off. And definitely clear any of this stuff out because it's a hot engine. You don't want stuff that'll burn up like this. So we'll vacuum this stuff out as well. He already put new ignition coils on here, but he never did the spark plugs. So stay tuned for a future video on that. And also, we're gonna be doing an oil change on this. But for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and check it. But let's go ahead and get this all cleaned up first. Let's see what the oil looks like on the clean paper towel. Let's see what color it is. Oh, it's actually not too bad. A little dark, but all right, let's see what we got for level. Yep. And so you can see where it is down there. You see that hole? And you see the hole up here? In between each one of those holes is 1 quart. So he's down about half a quart right now. And SAE 0W20 is what's recommended on here. And I believe you've been using what, a high mileage synthetic with it?
I've been just using regular synthetic so far.
Regular synthetic?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we do the oil change, we'll actually do high mileage synthetic. Just because it is getting up there in mileage. How many miles you got on it now?
127,000.
Yeah, so I mean that's about time to start doing that. We'll go ahead and throw the cover back on, and once again this just pops on these little points here and in the back, and that's how that stays on there. So stay tuned for future videos on doing the spark plugs and oil change. And now we'll go ahead and check the air filter here. And you just have, yep, just pop those tabs. Yep, you got one more up there. Oh, here, let me go over.
Yep, I got some clips. There's some clips over here. I'm just gonna pull it towards me.
And that pops out. And
I actually did this not too long ago, I don't think.
go ahead and, if I can get a hold of it. And that's actually pretty decent. But if he was at Valvoline or something, they'd say, "Oh, you need a new one, $50 because it's a special filter." But no, he's good with this for now. So we go ahead and pop this back in. And these tabs right here, they just slide into here, and then you latch them down with the front.
There's 3 of them as well, as you can see.
Yeah,
They just
1. Yeah, it's got a little 2, and then 3. Yep, and then it just latches right back on. So you can see, quick, simple, easy maintenance. It's just stuff to look forward to your vehicle. You should be doing this anyways. You know, especially with the battery and your radiator and, you know, your windshield. I mean, it's all important. You're gonna need it at some point, and you don't want to be without it. So next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and polish up these headlights. That way he can see a lot better at nighttime. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run some blue painter's tape around the paint part here to protect it while we're buffing. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the plastics, which is this stuff right here. You could check out my video on that, probably from a couple years ago, and it actually works pretty good. You do have to do it once or twice a year. You can't just do it once and then go years, because it just starts to film back over. It gets this white cloudiness on there, which, you know, it's just because it's plastic and all the road grime and all that stuff. Yeah, but try not to get it on your headlight, because that's what we want to clear up. Go right on the base. Yep, there you go. Yep, right on the bottom. So we're just saying, With our vehicles, we're not too worried about scratches, dings, all this stuff. But this is something if you want to really protect your vehicle, if you got a newer, nicer vehicle, unlike Bill and I, you want to go ahead and make sure you tape this up really good because you don't want to get any scratches in your paint or anything like that. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and squirt some on the headlights and then rub it in with the towel at first. And this is just to get it on here. And we're going to put it all around. And we're going to have to use the buffing towel here to get the corner parts where our buffer can't reach. But you just want to coat this with it, get it on there. Just like that, so it's all over. And Bill's going to go ahead and do this side. Yep. We're not really scrubbing it, we're just putting it on right now, and then we're going to use the buffer, and then we're going to go back over, put some more on, and then we can scrub it with the towel in the hard to reach spots.
Okay. And
you can buff this by hand. I just happen to have a nice buffer that makes things a lot easier. And you just want to be careful, you want to be too high, because you can burn the plastics if you go at too high of an RPM and you don't have the liquid on there. So just that little bit there, look how that cleared that right up. So... we could wipe this down, but look how clear that is now. And like the corners here, we're gonna have to hit by hand, which is gonna be a little bit harder, but it can be done. Yeah, look at that. Look how nice and clear that is now. All right, you want to try the side, Bill?
Sure. And you want to show them which setting you put it on?
I have it at 800. Okay. I don't go high with these just because you can put burn marks in your plastic here. Okay. Yep. And just when you're doing this, just don't stay in one spot. Make sure you keep moving it all around. And apply downward pressure while you're doing it. They look new now. Look how crystal they are.
Yeah, it's awesome. Because I was just driving at night and I could hardly see anything.
Yeah, you should be able to see a lot better now. Yeah. Yeah, just something simple. And the buffer does make it a lot easier. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Awesome. All right, you can go ahead and pull the tape off. Pull tape off both sides. All right, let's see these lights now. Oh yeah. Definitely. Night and day, no pun intended. Nice and crystal clear. You should have a lot better night sight now. All right, so some very simple maintenance on your Mazda, or like I said, any type of vehicle. This is just stuff you just look for and just check, and it'll definitely help you out in the future. He's learning, so yeah, just simple stuff. If you don't know, you don't know, but now you know. So once again, we hope you like, enjoy,
and subscribe.
And as usual, we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye guys.
See you guys.
You can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to me. All right, Olaf. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye, Obo. Bye, guys.